You ever spend a lot of time in front of the mirror when you're getting ready for your day, trying to figure out if your hat matches your shirt? They're really close to the same color, but you're not really sure, and you want to call someone and ask, but you don't want to look pathetic. That's never happened to me. That's just my attempt at being relatable. Okay, let's start. Yep, I'm wearing a watch. Hi, welcome to Brendobox Vlogs. If you're new here, my name is Brendan, and this is the vlog. I've realized these aren't vlogs so much anymore. Like we're doing like a tip thing now. I'm still gonna be doing other vlogs. I just kind of like this format, and we're trying something new. So we're gonna call them vlogs, and then you'll be fine with that. Okay, great. I had a wonderful weekend, and the weekend, as a result, inspired me to make a video. So here's how to have a long-distance relationship when living in New York City. This is just my opinion, what I'm about to say. It's somewhat controversial, but it's just my opinion. If you can avoid having a long-distance relationship, do so. A long-distance relationship, and I've had my fair share, are very difficult to navigate. No lie, I'm not joking. I think as a society, sometimes we try and act like love will always conquer in every situation, and it will, so long as the love is A, real, 2, healthy, and B, what? 1, 2, B? I went to kindergarten.
Okay, so I'm editing, and I'm now realizing, and so is Ellie, how stupid I actually am. I said A to B, didn't even realize it until this moment.
He said as long as the relationship is A this, 2 this, B this. Also, you'd be on C.
And 3, both parties of the relationship are willing to make the sacrifices required to make it work. The sacrifices include financial sacrifices. The sacrifices include social sacrifices. Those sacrifices include how you schedule your day. It's so much more difficult to show your significant other that they are a priority when they're not right in front of you and can't be right in front of you on a day-to-day basis. We're starting the video on kind of this like low, kind of negative note. The rest will be good. If you do manage to get yourself in a long-distance relationship, then living in New York City really shouldn't change how you navigate it. Just plan on things being a little bit more expensive-ish whenever she is in town. For example, Ellie and I were trying our best to figure out things to do that would be fun, that would be like unique to doing in New York City, that was also fairly cost-effective and fairly, just that, cost-effective. Last video, we talked about budgeting a lot. I had to budget a lot for the weekend and make sure that, Ellie and I were not spending too much money on any one thing, so that we had more money to spend on a multitude of things. Get out of the apartment and go do something. Some examples of things that Ellie and I did to save money, be cost effective. Saturday morning, we just took a stroll in Central Park. And it was a very nice stroll, and it was a very present stroll. We were very talkative, conversational, other synonyms for just talking to each other. And it was a very, very, very nice morning. I mean, she's, incredible, so it's hard not to have just nice mornings every morning with her, but it was a very nice morning because of also Central Park. Central Park also added to the she makes me flustered, so that's why this video is weird. And we didn't have to spend any money to go to Central Park. Some other things that you could have done that we decided not to do just because of time and whatnot. Go to hidden sites in the city. A lot of historical sites in New York aren't fairly expensive, and sometimes they're just kind of free to go to. I don't have any examples right off the top of my head, so do your research there. Also, New York is just such a big city with so many neat buildings, and it might just be fun just to stroll around the city as well. Strolling is something you can do a lot of in New York City, so do that. Something that Ellie and I think is very fun to do is go see a show on Broadway or off Broadway. New York is full of theater. Everywhere you go, there's some sort of theater going on. I would know as I studied theater, and everyone who was studying theater with me was like, yo, there's a lot of theater in New York City. So like if you want to do the theater thing, maybe go there. And I was like, yo, that's probably good advice. I might take it. And then I did, because now I'm here and I'm making a video about it. Whoa. Broadway is fairly expensive if you're looking for cheap-ish theater, but there is a lot of theater in New York, and they're all not right in the Times Square area. There is a ton of theater companies in Brooklyn and the upper city area. I don't know what the boroughs are called yet. There's theater almost everywhere you go, and you just have to look and find something that you might like. Ellie and I, though, did see a new play on Broadway called Slave Play. Let me tell you something about Slave Play, and I might make another video about Slave Play by itself because it's just that great. But I think Slave Play is probably one of the most important shows in the commercial theater world right now. I came out of it having learned so much and asking so many questions, and I think that's when theater is able to make you do that, it's done a damn good job. So shout out to you, Jeremy O'Harris, for writing and just an incredible piece. Wow, it was crazy. But yeah, go see a show or something. Another thing about long distance relationships in New York City, but it's not really just like specific to the city, it's just kind of something that you should do anyway. Find some time to chill and re-get to know each other. Ellie and I had a conversation this weekend about how frustrating it can be to not get to see each other as much as we want to. The last time I saw her, just for reference, before this weekend was about 3 to 4 weeks beforehand. So when I say sit down and re-get to know each other, it's really that, you know, when you don't see somebody for a long time, you want to go get coffee with them and re-catch up and rekindle whatever sort of relationship or friendship that you had with that person. And I think it's really important to do that when you're doing long distance too. And that's something that Ellie and I have had to do before because she was in London for a good amount of our relationship. So just really taking the time one-on-one to be serious and real with each other is super, super important, especially in long distance relationships, in order to make that work. New York's very unpredictable. You know, sometimes there are parades that happen that just completely block off routes that you thought you'd be able to take. Planning for those things is really important. Ellie and I planned on Saturday to go to Central Park, to the museum, to go see a show, to go get dinner after the show, to go to Macy's and do some shoe shopping for her, go down to the Twin Tower Memorial and pay our respects, and then potentially go to a bar. So we had all of those things planned out for the whole day. And as a result, I think we only did like 4 of them. It was almost good that we over-planned because there was always a plan B or a backup option or just kind of a next thing to do. I've come to New York before where we didn't make a plan and then nobody could decide on what they wanted to do. But because there were so many things on the docket and we understood that the plan was loose, we were able to like calmly figure out the next thing. I think planning is like one of the hardest things to do. I think trying to create a schedule can be so stressful, and then sticking to the schedule can be also so stressful. Over planning might not seem like a good idea, but if you guys are just open to the idea that you probably won't get to do everything, do that. These tips are all kind of designed to remove the stress of being in New York with your person when that person can't be in New York very often. New York can be a very, very stressful place, and the more you're able to remove that stress, the better. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around this long, I super, super appreciate it. If you like this video even a little bit, go ahead and click the like button down below. And if you're feeling even a little bit generous, go ahead and click the subscribe button as well, because it's only a button, so why not just push it? And I will see you all very, very soon.